So if I had to take a guess, I would say probably roughly 97% of the Earth's population know about the World Cup. It's a competition, it's a tournament with 32 countries across the world. Unfortunately, not the United States this year, which made me almost shed a tear. But it's a tournament which is going to take place this summer, which happens every 4 years. 32 countries across the world compete against each other to see who can be crowned the champion of the world. And me personally, I think is absolutely incredible, dude, to see all the countries come together competing against each other, the best athletes in the world. It's amazing. Like I said, as an American, I was so sad that the United States did not qualify, because the next time the World Cup's gonna happen, dog, I'm gonna be like 27 years old. I'm gonna be like fully grown up. I'm gonna have probably a family. I hope so at that point. Probably not, because I'm ugly, but it's actually awful. But just in terms of the whole tournament, I'm still gonna watch it. It's incredible. It's an amazing event. I'm probably gonna watch every single game. But what we didn't know is, as Americans, our most popular sport is American football. There's actually an American Football World Cup held every 4 years, just like the Soccer World Cup. And that's absolutely insane, and it's crazy that like nobody knows about this. It's the same exact format. Countries from all across the world compete against each other to see who can be crowned champion. So today, I'm gonna inform you guys on the American Football World Cup. So let me teach you guys a little bit about the American Football World Cup. First of all, it's actually called the IFAF World Championship, and that stands for the International Federation of American Football. This was actually founded in 1999, so this has been going on for almost 19 years. And that's insane, because I guarantee you, like, hardly anybody knows about this. And this right here, normally there's about 7 or 8 teams that compete in the tournament. But what I found crazy about this is there's 71 eligible national teams for this tournament. So I guess there's 71 teams that could potentially qualify. So that's 71 countries out there. 71 nations that have an American football national team. There's 71 countries that have an American football team. That's insane. And of course, the United States have the most titles and are the most recent champions. But if we scroll down a little bit, this shows you a little bit of the most recent tournaments. The United States didn't actually compete in the first 3 tournaments, but ever since they have competed, they've won every single one of them, of course. But before the United States competed, Japan actually won 2 of them. Then they came in second when the United States decided to compete. But then Canada decided to compete in 2011, and they came in second, which makes sense because they're probably the second best nation in terms of American football, because they have the CFL, and they have some athletes that come down and play in the United States. So it's probably, in terms of American football talent, according to this tournament, probably United States, then Japan, then Canada. But some of the other countries that's competed, Australia has qualified 3 out of the 5 times. Austria, the home of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Funny enough, my whole entire childhood, I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was from Australia. But anyways, they competed once. Brazil competed in the last one. Finland competed at the first one. France competed at 4 out of the 5. Germany competed at 3 out of the 5. Italy competed once. Mexico competed in 4 out of the 5. South Korea in 2. And Sweden in 2. And I am curious to see some of the rosters for these teams, and we'll look at that in just a minute. But this right here shows you probably the level of talent the United States brings. Of course, like, if you look at the tournaments, and I've looked at it a little bit, like maybe a year ago or so, the United States is winning these games without like mediocre talent. The quarterback for the 2011 championship team was Cody Hawkins, who was like a mediocre Division I quarterback for Colorado back in the day. He wasn't even that good. And his dad was actually, I think his dad still is the head coach of the national team, Dan Hawkins, who's actually his head coach in Colorado. How do I know that? I don't know. I know random things. But this right here is the level of talent that is like on the team that is dominating, absolutely dominating this World Cup. He played at Colorado and played 1 year for the Stockholm Mean Machines. But talking about domination, look at these scores. Look at these scores. The final. The United States beat Japan 59-12. They beat Canada 50-7. And this is with talent. This is like mediocre D1, doesn't even make it pro talent playing for these teams. And I don't know what happened here, but they about lost to Japan. Looking at some of the records, the record for most rushing yards in a tournament is Lars Gustafsson. Who is this guy? Dog, is this him? Dog, there's no way this is him. No, he's a poet. They have a freaking poet on their team. Deshaun Thomas. The record, like, who is this guy? Deshaun Thomas is an American professional basketball player? There's no way this is him. So apparently the United States actually hosted the last one. And apparently 2019 is to be determined. So if we actually go to the World Championship website, 7 countries, 12 games, 1 world champion. So this was actually in Canton, Ohio last year. They haven't even updated their website in almost over 3 years. So this is actually a little cool tidbit you can get from this video. The International Olympic Committee granted this organization provisional iOS recognition in December 2013, which means a vote on football becoming an Olympic sport could take place as early as 2017. If approved, football will join the Summer Olympic lineup in 2024 at a host city yet to be determined. So that means American football could be an Olympic sport? So this was the last roster of the United States men's national team. And off the bat, the first notable name is Dylan Favre. I remember this guy actually walked on to Mississippi State. Yeah, I was right. Then he transferred. He was short, but I remember him being decent. But this is the type of talent, man. Dominating, winning by 50 points. Yeah, like this is the team. In the American Football World Championships, USA beat France 82-0. A quarterback from Mount Union was on the team. I saw this guy, Trent Stillman, was a wide receiver from Army, and he won the player of the tournament. So a wide receiver from a college that doesn't even throw the football a lot won the player of the tournament at a World Cup. Larry Dixon, I think, actually was a decent running back at Army, so that's a decent player that was on the team. And I don't like a lot of these are just like mid-tier to like Rowan. What's a freaking Rowan College? A player from Rowan College was on the team. Rowan is a shrub. It's a shrub. It's not even what? What is this? So from what I see, the biggest college that anybody on this team played for, well, there's one player from Southern Cal. But I guarantee this guy never actually played, like started for Southern Cal, for USC. Guarantee. But the last coaching staff, Dan Hawkins, he did actually coach for Colorado and Boise State. So that's actually a pretty decent name. Paul Wolf, former assistant on the 49ers, West Hills Community College head coach, was on the team. That's interesting. And then, some more West Hills Community College staff is on the team. There is actually a United States National American Football Team Wikipedia page. So, player eligibility. Here we go. This is interesting. See, this is the kind of stuff this video is needed to show. So, interestingly, for player eligibility, this does not allow top American football players in the United States to compete, as restrictions include professionals from any U.S. or Canadian league. So, nobody from any NFL team or any like arena football or any like team like that or any CFL players can't play. So every player must have graduated from college. Any current college player is ineligible. All levels of NCAA and NAIA athletics were required to be represented, not just FBS. The player must be no more than 1 year removed from college. So to play on a national team, and so I guess the players that are going to play on next year's national team cannot be professional, must have graduated from college, and can't be more than 1 year from being graduated. So the players that play for this team, they can't be good, because if they have been graduated from college for like a year, they would be pro. They would be pro if they were good, at least at like arena level. This actually gives us the national team roster from 2007. The head coach was John Makovich, who coached most recently, what the heck? He's the Italy national team coach. Hardly any of these players actually have Wikipedia pages, which means they're not necessarily any good at all. But yeah, even the 2011 team, there's like hardly anybody with Wikipedia pages. Matt Bessuner, who played for Georgetown and has had a crazy career. He doesn't want to give it up. Once again, it just shows you right here how crazy this is, that this level of talent is dominating teams. 61-0. There was actually 20,000 fans there in Austria. Insane. There's actually highlights of this online if you want to look it up. What are some of the comments? See, I didn't even know this was a thing. See, that's why I'm making the video. We'd like to thank all 12 of y'all in the stands for coming out. the level of domination, like, look at how undersized the defensive line is for Japan. Absolutely insane. So if you guys do want to go watch this was actually in the United States. United States got an interception. So I want to see, like, what does the Japan quarterback look like? I wish there was a way to look at the Japan roster. I wish there was a way to look at every roster, but there's just not. Ooh. Poor guy. Poor fellow. There's nobody there. There's actually nobody there. That's so sad. There was more people in Austria to watch the game. Poor Japan. This guy was gone. I wish I knew who this was. We'll probably never know who this guy was. Passion Films. Brad Smitty. They ended up winning, it looks like 43-10. What is Passion Films? Passion TV. This is the team. This is who's recording the World Cup of American football. What is this? There's so much more American football going on in the world than we know. But yeah, aren't you guys looking forward to the 2019 World Cup? So hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, make sure to drop a like. Think it's pretty interesting nonetheless. And like I said, it is going to happen again next year. So I don't even know if it's like on TV like regularly, if it's going to be on TV next year. But I'm going to watch it, and I'm pretty sure as Americans, we're going to probably win again. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Be sure to drop a like if you did enjoy today's video. Subscribe if you are new, and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. With that said, I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. God bless, and peace.